about loyalty, but you ain't ready to ride. Get your mind right, he coming like a thief in the night. Is you ready? Is you ready? You ain't really about it if you ain't prepared to die. Talking about loyalty, but you ain't ready to ride. Get your mind right, he coming like a thief in the night. Is you ready? Is you ready? You ain't really about it if you ain't prepared to die. Talking about loyalty, but you ain't ready to ride. Get your mind right, he coming like a thief in the night. Is you ready? Is you ready? Laughing at your idol gods, looking like some Digimons. Babylon won't carry on, this dragon getting mini bombs. You can call me Daniel, son, you know I serve the living God. Yours is made of brass.
Everybody asks, well, officer, where is the deep mysteries? I don't know. I know about this right now because everybody see the state of the economy right now. You know, we got gas going crazy. We got groceries going crazy. Bruh, a pound of ground beef like damn near $10 now. You're like, how am I supposed to stay in a calorie deficit with lean protein when it costs so much?
You ain't lying.
You like the price of ground beef went up, but the price of Captain D's stayed the same.
Damn.
Which one you want me to take?
Bruh.
I know which one I can afford. But also what comes with that is our mindset and how we thinking about the things that we are experiencing or what you might be enduring or what you might be troubled with. And don't get it twisted. There's a lot of things that we could occupy our time and our minds with. But this day, I'm talking about money today. I'm talking about money. You know why? Because almost all Israel going through it. It's a few brothers and sisters that got it to spend, but the majority of us, you know what I'm saying? So, and I thought about it. It was a couple of things that had been said throughout the week, a couple of, scriptures being read, but also the experience of traveling abroad, right? And when you get to go abroad, you go and you see what different form, what life looked like to other people, right? And we said this last week. The perspective on what's poverty is a vast experience, so to speak. If you used to having 30,000 in the bank and you get down to 5, you might be like, "Boy, I'm poor." If you used to having 5 and you get down to 2, you might be like, "I'm poor." If you used to having 500, and you come up to 1,000, you might be like, "I'm rich," But all of that is saying is the way that we experience this and the thoughts that come with it. Like we read in the script, like we seen various examples in the scriptures where somebody had, and they was like, "Hey, I ain't got it." Matter of fact, let's start with that. Let's go to 1 Kings. This just popped in my head. I wasn't even thinking about this. Give me 1 second. 1 Kings 18. I think it's 17 or 18. All right. 17 verse. Let's start at 10.
1 Kings chapter 17, verse 10.
Come on.
So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering of sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And he called to her and said, "Fetch me I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I may drink. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, As the Lord thy God liveth, I have not a cake, but an handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die.
So this is Elijah. You know, he had just been fed by the ravens, had done went like 40 days, 40 nights, no food, right? And he see the sister and to the town where he gets to, and he see the sister, and he's like, hey, why you at? Hey, I see you out there. Hey, give me something to drink, something to eat. And the sister replied, well, I ain't got no food. All I got is this little bit left. I got a little bit of oil. I got a little bit of flour. I'm about to make some little bread, and I'm about to eat this and die. Because guess what? I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing else. And guess what? We done been down before, but very few of us have been to a point where you say, this the last food I got. I'm finna eat this and die. We ain't never been to that point. But that's not to say that the point that you've been to, you may have not had that same worry or those same thoughts in your mind, right? Read on.
Verse 13, and Elijah said unto her, Fear not, go and do as thou hast said.
See, now, that right there, that's the point of this class. Read that again.
And Elijah said unto her, Fear not.
That right there. That's the point that we're trying to get to right now. That's what a class is. Where is your treasure? Because sometimes we get to a point where money is all we think about. And I know some of y'all going to say, no, it's not. Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. The biggest fear that anybody in this particular country has is being broke. Money on my mind, money on my mind, money on my mind, money on my mind. That's all we like. And the crazy part is that's all we think about. And the truth and the example of it is a lot of times even us doing the work of the Lord is hindered by I gotta go work. Damn. I gotta go work. I gotta go to work. Captivity. I got captivity. And I get it. I get it. We all in that same position because we are held captive by the Edomites right now. Speaking of, the white man's the devil. Shout out to Bishop Kanai. Yeah. You know, you can't teach the word of God without saying the white man's the devil. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. And it just make you feel better inside once you get that out. You know, you go ahead and get that out and you could, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Right now, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So right now, we actually dealing and living within the parameters that the devil done set up. And he's put these weird parameters in place and these weird laws and wages and 2 weeks and 2 weeks, a week in the hole and all of these different things that add to the level of stress that we deal with when we have to deal with money. And the crazy part is nothing else, I'm talking about, and I'm speaking from my own experience, nothing else has stressed me out in my life more than thinking about money. Thinking about my finances. And it's caused you to make all these weird, like you will make decisions, you know, and you're like, well, I got to think about this. I got to think about my family and I got to think about this and I'm saying that to say, when the opportunity came about for me to be able to travel with leadership abroad, the first thing I thought about was the money. Not that the Lord gave me an opportunity to go abroad and do the work. Not that leadership saw something in me where the invite was extended to go, the first thing that popped into my mind, it wasn't, oh yeah, I'm going with leadership. The first thing popped up was, whoo, I want to go, but what they gonna call? Ooh, bruh. You know. Now it's not to say even if I had it, or and I thank the Lord, and I'm pretty sure because of how everything that transpired after, the Lord had to show me something in myself because I had the money to go. But the first thing didn't pop in my mind was, yes, the Lord see it fit for me to go. It was, what else I got to do? Let me think about the other stuff I need to do. I don't know. That's a lot of bread. What about when I come back home with all this other stuff I got to do? Read that last part. Read 13 again.
Verse 13. And Elijah said unto her, fear not.
See that? Elijah had to say to me, fear not. Why are you thinking about that when financially you know you can afford to do it? But the first thing that pops into your mind is, what about the next time? What about when I come back? What about... And then I had to ask myself, damn, the Bible say where your treasure lies, there will your heart be also. And I had to ask myself, where's my treasure? Where is my treasure that the first thing I think about is the money? Not the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Not the nation of Israel being redeemed and brought back to the Father. The money. You know what I'm saying? And as I thought about it more, it kind of hurt me because I was like, dang, I considered myself faithful. I considered myself like, yeah, nah, I believe in the Lord wholeheartedly. But then I realized when I was tasked with something that went against the thing that I really believed, that like, oh, no, you really believe in your money. You think that that's what is sustaining you. Like, a lot of times we don't think that, or when things is good, we say, all praise the Most High. Nah, I'm pretty sure it's some Jews when stuff get bad, they say the same thing. All praise the Most High. But then there's some of us that when it get bad, we start looking for the next avenue. What I'm going to do? What move I'm finna pull? I got to, I don't. Bro, before you know it, you searching all kind of, you know what I'm saying? He said, well, I know it. You like, man, I work from home. I work from your house if you want me to. Anything, just give me some of that money. Give me some of that money. Right? Read on.
Verse 13. And Elijah said unto her, fear not. Go and do as thou hast said. But make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me. And after, make for thee and for thy son. Mm-hmm. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that the Lord sendeth rain upon the earth.
So, now you got to think, it wasn't, everything was drying up, wasn't no water, wasn't no rain, everything. Everybody in the midst, they looking for it. Now, but Elijah told the sister, do this and do that. And the thing that it's going to take to accomplish what Elijah said for this sister is faith. It really does take faith to accomplish these things and to keep going when you're looking at something physically. Like you looking at your last bit of food physically. And somebody tell you, give me mine first, and then go make you some.
Wait a minute.
Exactly. That's the thought that's gonna come into the majority of our head. What you mean? It ain't enough. Make it enough. That's the thought that come into our head. Read on.
Verse 15. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah.
Uh-huh.
And she and he and her house did eat many days.
Like, now, that's the happy ending. You're like, oh, I believed in the Lord. And but for the most part, we find it hard to do that thing. Now, am I saying that nobody does it? Of course. There's plenty examples, even of us in the body, of us doing it. Why? Because I'm looking in the faces, and guess what? A lot of y'all ain't fell out and went nowhere. But we have seen those brothers and sisters that I need money, and all of a sudden, you don't see them no more. You ask some questions. Hey, brother, what's going on? How you doing with it? Hey, man, you don't know my situation. God dang. I'm just checking on my brother. You know, I ain't seen you in a few weeks. I was wondering what was going on with you. And they can sometimes get offensive or get offended. Why? Because in their spirit, they know what's really going on. They've chosen the things of this world, right? And we think about it sometimes. We make it like, oh, it ain't nothing, but it's so easy. Bro, it's so easy to fall into the things of the world, right? Let's go. Luke chapter 12, verse, we're going to start at 33. Officer, we got a lot of reading today. We're going to jump around. We got a lot of reading. 12 and 33.
Luke chapter 12, verse 33.
Come on.
Sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupted. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
So it's crazy because we think about it and we talk and we really try to act like it's not a thing. But if Christ had to address it, it's something that a lot of Israel deal with. A lot of Israel is going to be dealing with this particular thorn. Why? Because we have been sent in this captivity where the Lord said that there will be no assurance of your life. There's going to be, and the bad part is the captor has made his money our assurance of life. And we followed behind it for so long that it's taken these classes, it's taken time in the truth, it's taken experiences to be able to remove that form of brainwashing and that form of dependence, right? Jump up to verse 15.
Verse 15. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness. For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
So Christ had to let us know this thing starts with covetousness. He said you got to beware of it because it's sneaky. It's sneaky. It make you feel or it make you think like I'm doing what's necessary for my life. And that's the lie that demon tell you when it's in the midst. I'm doing what's necessary for my life. But Christ gave us the initial breakdown. Read it again.
And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness. For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
Right. It's not in our bank account. It's not in our home, in our vehicles, in the abundance of the things that we possess. That's not our life. Read on.
And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruit.
So this is the thought of some of us that when stuff is going good, the job doing good, you getting hours. This that 2002 money. I'm plentiful. Who remember 2002? Boy, the money was good in 2002, boy. The early 2000s? Ooh-wee. I mean, I don't know how old some of y'all was in 2002, but 2002, I was old enough to have my own. Don't look at me like that. He like, but you know how old I was in 2002. I know. But for myself, I was a young man, you know what I'm saying? First apartment out there. I'm like, I'm getting to it. I was the rich man at that time. In this parable. You know what I'm saying? And his land brought forth bountifully. Right? Read on.
Verse 18, and he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, And there will I bestow.
So that's us when we decide, hey, this little 1 bedroom ain't big enough. This little 2 bed, this ain't big enough. Like, and this is like the culture that America has projected on us. Like, I remember at one point it started making me feel like I was a loser because when I was 24, I didn't have a 5-bedroom house.
Damn.
You know? I mean, if you was around in that time frame, that was like the beginning of the internet. And okay, yeah, I ain't saying beginning of the internet like that. I'm saying like when Facebook and all of that stuff was really first getting popular and everybody showing you, oh man, you could get a house like this, or you could get a house like this. And then the government had done set up the whole, hey bro, you can get a house 0 down. You know how many people was buying them houses early 2000, 0 down. You getting a $300,000 house, 0 down. They tell you, but your payment ain't gonna be nothing but $1,100 a month. We're like, what? I'm getting to it. I'm about to do it. And they was doing it until 2008 came. Then they had to find out where their treasure really lied. And the right officer, they like, yo, that happened to me. I don't want to. Caught my look at the soldier. He said the same, but I thought I was in the game. I was doing big things in the 2000s. And then 2008 came. Read on.
And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. Mm-hmm. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease. Eat, drink, and be merry.
He said, my bank account fat, I'm chilling. I ain't got no worries. You see the mindset that come when you have plenty, but that's when you got a lot of stuff, but that's why Christ said you got to beware of that covetousness. It's a little creeping of covetousness that done got in there and made you say more and more. And I got it, but I'm balling. Bank account on, pockets on swole, bank account on, money don't fold. It's going down. I'm living good. I'm feeling good. I got everything. I could chill. I got be at ease, be merry, eat and drink. But guess what? That's what you do when you got the money anyway. You just spend it on eating and drinking. I'm trying to tell you, that's how I got fat. That's how I got fat. Y'all like, dang, officer, you was big. I got fat. Eating and drinking and being merry. Right? But we don't think about what the Lord wants for us in those times. A lot of times it's very easy to forego the Lord. Forget. Because you got so much. Read on.
Verse 20. But God said unto him, thou fool.
Damn. What he said?
Thou fool.
Read on.
This night thy soul shall be required of thee.
Nah, see. That be the one. That be the one. When you got all of that stuff, but guess what? If the Lord call you, where all that stuff going? The Lord said you stored it up that another one can have it. That's what you did. He said, you fool, you thought you had so much that you could just chill, eat, and be merry. But you forgot I can do this. You forgot this me. I could call that soul in for a collection. Read.
Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided?
He said, where that stuff going now? Where that big house going now? Where them cars going now? Where that bank account going? You want me to tell you where it's going? Probate. Your mom, your kids and your family members gonna fight and lie over it to get it. That's what's gonna happen to it. Read.
So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God.
See, and that's the thing. You is just as much of a fool as that man when you ain't laid up nothing towards the Lord. When you ain't laid up nothing towards God. You laid everything up towards yourself. Look what I got. Look what I can do. Look what me, I. But you laid nothing up toward God. Read on.
Verse 22. And he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body, what ye shall put on.
Now, this right here, this one of them scriptures that we hear it and we can say it and we try to repeat it, but do we believe it? If that was the case, none of us wouldn't be in the red, yellow. If that was the case, take no thought of what I would eat. You crazy. Some mornings I wake up like, but I can't wait till the night, but I know what I want me for dinner today.
Bruh.
You be done planned it all week for Sabbath. Friday night, I'm cooking this. I'm eating this. That's my cheat meal. The Lord say, take no thought of that thing, but because we live this horrible life, we've forgotten these kind of things. Read.
Verse 23. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and God feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls? And which of you, with taking thought, can add to his stature 1 cubit?
Right there. So, what do you think that and which of you taking thought can add to his stature 1 cubit? Oh, Officer Zechariah. Oh, Soldier Zechariah, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Prophesying. What do you think that particular scripture mean? Which of you with taking thought can add to his stature 1 cubit?
That's saying that that's you putting yourself in that same position as that man with the plentiful trying to plan ahead, thinking that, okay, I do this, I set this up this way.
What's another word for thinking ahead?
Planning.
Okay. So we are planning, but sometimes that planning turns into another word where it's not so much planning, but more of
you expecting for things to.
I mean, you're a good guy. You're right. You're not wrong in any of that. Worrying.
Okay.
Which one of us in your worrying can change anything that you got going on? Read that, pull that up, man. Y'all own it. Ooh.
Worry is driven by a complex mix of brain chemistry, genetics, environment, and physical health, while occasional worry is a normal reaction to life's unpredictability. Chronic or severe worry usually stems from the following core factors. Stressful life events.
Stressful life events. Stressful life events. Them the things that knock us off our square. Them the things that shake our faith. Them the things that put us in that mold where we begin to trust ourselves and not trust the Lord. You know why? Because it's hard to trust the Lord when you can't see him sometimes. It's easy to trust him when stuff good. It's hard to trust him when you can't see him and that thing look bad. What you think happened to Peter when he was on the water? It was good until the wind started blowing.
He ain't lying.
He was walking. He was like, boy, I'm on some water. Boy, I'm on some water. Boy, I'm on some water. Whoosh, whoosh. Drown. Christ had to tell her, oh, ye a little faith. Look at you. While it was good, though. While it was good. Because that's the thing. Our faith ain't really going to be tried with good stuff. Remember, we're going to, through tribulation, you're going to get the kingdom. You're not going to get the kingdom through the good stuff. You're not going to get it through that. We're going to all glory in tribulation. That's what the Bible say. That means through the hard stuff, through the wind and the shaking. You got to stand on the water through the wind and the shaking. Some of us ain't built like that because guess what? A lot of us ain't had to endure it yet. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of these young prophets in here. Bruh, it real good. You know what I'm saying? I be with the bishop. I'm going in the war room. But you is 16. You ain't really did nothing. And that's not to take nothing away from them. It's the, guess what? There's still a level of tribulation that's going to test everything that you learned back there.
He ain't lying.
Every experience that you've heard back there, every scripture that was read back there, the Lord gonna send some wind and some waves to see if what you was learning back there, you're really ready to apply.
Message.
Are you really capable of applying it? Read on.
Luke chapter 12, verse 25. And which of you, with taking thought, can add to his stature 1 cubit? If ye then be not able to do that thing which is least, why take ye thought for the rest?
He said, you can't even make yourself grow. And the Lord said, that's little thing for, I can make you grow. He said, you can't even do that when you worry about the rest. To the Lord, just something as simple as say, go ahead, give him an extra inch. Go give him about 6 feet. That's light to the Lord. That's a very easy, simple thing for him. But for us, he said that's the least. Read that again, verse 26.
Verse 26. If ye then be not able to do that which is least,
That he said, bro, that is least. Being able to add stature to your body, that's a little thing. He said that's the least thing. You can't do that. Read.
why take ye thought for the rest?
He said, why you thinking about the rest of that stuff? Why you thinking about food? That's crazy when you think about it. When the Lord said you can't make yourself grow, so why you worry about food? That show you like how much of this stuff that we have imposed on our own thoughts and our own minds, that we have some kind of influence. You really don't have that much influence as you think. You are really in a situation of obey and complete, so to speak. The Lord gave the word, he gave the commandments, all you can do is follow through. He give these words of encouragement or how to handle this, all you can do is follow through. You can't, you come and you think that fire idea that you got, you think that you thought of that fire idea.
Message.
No. The Lord put that in your mind. Or the devil put it in your mind. And guess what? He allowed it. He said, yeah, go on the internet and see, it's only your feet. Sell the feet pics. Them money coming in quick. There's plenty of people making money selling pictures of their feet on the internet. But I'm saying that to say, guess what? A thought in your mind came, I need money. What can I do real quick? I could sell feet pictures. And they do it. Think about the culture that we live in now of all of this online content and even some of the content that goes into the lasciviousness. You don't think that thought came in their head? You think they just and fell in front of a camera and it was already on OnlyFans? No. They thought about that. They set the account up. They did all of these things. And why? Because the main goal was, I need money. I need money. Read on.
Verse 27. Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not. They spin not. And yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
That's crazy. Solomon had all the gold, all the diamond, all the fabrics, all the biggest palace, the finest woods, shittim woods and birch trees and cedar woods of Lebanon. And the Lord said he wasn't clothed as much as one of these little flowers that I sat down here. Bro, that's a lot to think about, bro. Like, somebody that we look at and we can see like they got everything. Ain't nobody had nothing. Nobody had nothing that Solomon couldn't have. Nobody. And even he wasn't taken care of as much as one of the simple flowers, as the Lord lily, his favorite flower. He was like, my lily got more glory than that. So we think and we get caught up in looking and seeing what stuff look like. Remember, that's why Christ had to say, a man's life is not in the abundance of the things that he possesses. It's not. And we have to learn that as we grow in the truth, because times are coming. And guess what? That being poor, niggas scared of being poor. Ain't nothing more scarier to a nigga than being poor. You know why? Because it reminds you still a slave and you captive and somebody else got control over your life. That's what it reminds you of. And for that sake, like, we alter the things that we do in life because we don't want to feel that pain. We do not want to feel the pain of all your. I mean, it's somebody I've been riding past their house all week in my neighborhood. But when I tell you all they stuff in the yard, and then that's what you say, damn. You ride by, you say, but the bed in the yard, the entertainment stand. I'm like, what kind of TV is that? That TV the other night when I come by, I'm gonna ride by and see if that bad boy worked. It didn't. It didn't work. Ask me how I know. But I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? We deal with that kind of stuff, and the mindset that we have when it comes to the stuff that we could hold in our hand, that covetousness that's in all of us. Remember, in Colossians, it said we have to mortify that member. Covetousness is idolatry. Soldier Malachi. Why would we think that covetousness is idolatry? Why would the Lord say that?
Shalom, O leadership, Most High Christ bless.
Shalom.
Covetousness, it, like you were saying before, it's extremely subtle. And covetousness is when you want something so bad, you're willing to do anything to get it. So that's the same thing as idolatry, essentially, because you're worshiping whatever you want at that very moment just to get what you want at that moment.
I ain't mad at that. All praises. All praises, soldier. Right? Let's go. Read verse 29. Finish 28, I'm sorry.
Verse 28. If then God so clothe the grass, which is today in the field, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith?
That right there. O ye of little faith. When we deal with covetousness and we are so concerned with our financial status, and I'm telling you, I'm talking about money. I'm talking about money today. Why? That nigga been going through it with the money. And I had to wonder, and I had to deal with my own mind, like, bro, why are you thinking like this? How, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna be able to go and help somebody else? Or you know, brother might call you and ask you for advice, or they counsel with you, and low key, you don't have the faith that they might think that you have, because when your trial came up, the first thing you were ready to do is, so you said foot pigs, right? Do I gotta show all the toes? A couple of them ain't right, but you know what I'm saying, 200 a picture, I can do that. You know, that's where, you know, and I didn't do that. He looking at me like, officer, you really? I'm just saying where your mind can go when the money get low, right? But he said, oh, ye of little faith. Hebrews 1. Hebrews 11, 1, 2.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So when we deal, and you know, Christ telling you, ye of little faith, mean you're more reliant on what you see than what you hope for. You're way more reliant on the things that you see than the things that the Lord said that he'll do for you, right? And that's the hard part about this life. That's the hard part about this captivity. You know, when that reliant and that faith, and you know, that faith drops off, and you don't even realize it dropped off because you stop reading. You stop reading in the midst of the trial. You didn't go to this particular scripture to say why I don't have faith, or you didn't go to Luke to see that, you know, I can't change this status. You didn't go to Samuel and say that the Lord do all things. He made rich and he made poor. He could raise up and he put down. You didn't think that only thing you did was look at your circumstance.
Message.
All you did was look at your circumstance. Read on.
Verse 2, for by it the elders obtained a good report.
By faith, the elders obtained a good report. That means by faith is how we even know the elders. Not only did they obtain a good report with the Lord, but they obtained a good report through the scriptures, because the Lord was like, I'm finna tell y'all about my boy. My boy had faith. He believed on me when some of y'all, you know, you couldn't have did it. Could you imagine being told to go build a boat in the middle of nowhere for some rain that ain't nobody never seen? Can you imagine sitting there and they say, you hear them say, hey, go and get a knife and cut the skin off the tip of your. You believe me, don't you? Cut the what and what? The what?
He ain't lying.
Cut the what and what? The what? Verse 3.
Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
Right. He says, so the things, everything in this world was not made by the stuff that you can see with your hands. The Lord had already ordained that it's going to be here. Like this captivity, he had told, can you imagine having to see this and you wasn't even there? This ain't even came about yet. Say, yeah, but I'm gonna send you on some boats to a place way, way, way long, far away, and you ain't gonna even remember that you're an Israelite. I'm like, what? That don't even make no sense, God. I don't get that. But he said it. He framed it. It was already gonna happen. Right? Read on.
Verse 4. By faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain.
He said by faith. Why? Because he believed in the Lord. The Lord say, hey, I want this. I don't want no, you know, bring me no cabbage and carrots and lettuce. I don't want that. He said, I want this animal. Abel had faith in that. Cain didn't. He said, my farm and my vegetables is nice. Surely God gonna want this. You know what I'm saying? That's like when somebody give you something that they want and they try to tell you you should be happy with it because they gave it. I don't want it. You can't make me be happy with something that you want. That's not what I want. The Lord said that that's what Abel did. He had faith enough to give him what he asked for. Cain didn't. And what did he do? Read.
By which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh.
He said, even him being dead, his righteousness speaks to us now in believing in what the Lord told him to do and him following through. That's what we got to do. We got to believe what the Lord said and just follow through. And bro, sometimes, bro, you not gonna always have the confidence that you doing the right thing, but it's better to follow them steps and like, I don't know what the Lord telling me to do, but I'm gonna do it, versus you trying to figure it out yourself and make it make sense. You don't get the same report, because guess what? Like, all right, so check it out. My wife was watching this show and I don't be watching it. I be looking at it. I don't be watching it. I be seeing it. It be on the TV. I don't really be watching it. But it was, the woman got told something. She was like, she had like some knowledge of things that might happen. And the lady told her, said, when you have that knowledge of what happened, you corrupt yourself. One, by becoming complacent and knowing or thinking that you know what's going to happen, or two, trying to change what you think you know is going to happen. And I thought about it, I said, bro, that's heavy. Because a lot of times we try to get out in front of something thinking that we could change what's about to happen. You think that you could change what the Lord already got in place. You like, dang. You have no ability, but guess what? In all of that working and try to change it, you don't get this report that Abel got. Abel got his report from following through, just doing what he was told. You hear what you're supposed to do, and you try to make it better. I know you said work 6, rest 7, but hear me out, God. If I work a little bit of the 7, not the whole part, I could give a little more arms. Nigga, that's not how it work.
Stop the cap.
That's not how it work. Your covetousness has become your idol. It made you say, just a little bit of the 7. I don't need the whole 7 days, Lord. Just a little bit of it. You'll try to trim it to try to make it work. Why? Because you're trying to find a way to change the thing that you know is supposed to happen. You know you're not supposed to work. And you know if I don't work this day, I'm going to be short a little bit. I mean, if I work this little bit, I have more than enough to do what I need to do. And I can give a little more arms. That be the lie you tell yourself. And then guess what? It don't necessarily have to be working on the Sabbath. It's always a little lie that come with a little bit of extra that make you think, yeah, because I'm going to do it for the Lord. I'm going to help his people. If I do it this way, I could be more available for flyer mission. Ass ain't went on one flyer mission yet. Ain't went to camp, ain't did nothing extra that you said you was going to. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I ain't talking about nobody. Read on.
Verse 5. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony, that he pleased God.
Right. How good is that? Nobody can't even find your body no more. The Lord said, he ain't even down here. I took him with me. This is a good one. Told him what to do. He followed through. Faithful. Read on.
Verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
He said, but without faith, we cannot please God. Which go back to, where is your treasure? Who are you really trying to please? Are you trying to please man? You want them to see you got it? You sound like Rick Ross. But with me, you know I got it. Yeah. You see me? Got all the new camp shirts. My camp shirts ain't never faded. Yeah. Who you trying to impress? Who you trying to please? Right? Read.
For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Right. And that diligently seeking him is going to look. It ain't pretty. Let's say it like that. When you diligently seeking the Lord, it ain't pretty. Yeah, think about it. Of all of our forefathers that we reading through, it wasn't never like, oh, yeah. He just rolled high the whole time and just was balling and had all them camels and everything. Job had all them livestock, children, took it all to see if he's going to really serve the Lord. Abraham, kill your son. Matter of fact, and we gonna send a little war through this way, and Abimelech gonna take your wells and your land. Let's see what you're gonna do. All of these different things that our forefathers went through to show that they believed in the Lord. Bruh, he said, take a knife, put your rod on a rock, and just cut the top part off. And that man did it, sir. Bruh, he did it. He believed God. Read on.
Verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet.
Who had heard of rain? Nobody had heard of rain. He telling people, hey, the Lord coming and it's going to rain. And I'm folk like, What he said? He said rain. What did that? Hey, but hey, what you said? What rain? It's gonna be some water gonna come down out the sky. But this nigga tripping. All right then, I'm gonna holler at you. This boy said some water out the sky, but this man is a fool. Y'all gonna believe this crazy nigga? Y'all gonna listen to this crazy nigga? Okay, y'all listen to this. Bro, I can imagine that's the conversation. When, bro, like right now, think about it. We tell people all the time, there's a big black man coming out the sky. He gonna kick everybody behind when he get here.
Come on.
You know what them folks saying? Oh boy, yeah, them folks in the coat. Oh boy, yeah, you crazy. Huh? You crazy as hell. What big black man in a spaceship? A big black man in a spaceship with red eyes and powers. That what you said? That's what coming? Okay. Yeah, okay. Right. We go get this money. But we have to have the faith to be able to stand on that and continue moving this way. Because guess what? The only way you don't get kicked in the chest by the big black man is to have faith that he coming and remove sin from your life, remove covetousness, remove evil speaking and murmuring and thoughts that separate you from God. Message. If not, you get kicked in the chest by the big black man with red eyes when he come out the spaceship. It's just that simple. But who gonna believe that? That don't sound like nothing. Why? Because it's a faith-based situation. It's not something that you can deal with your eyes and hands. It's easy to believe it if you saw him walking around. Why you think so many when they finally see him, every knee gonna bow and every mouth gonna confess? But guess what? At that time, it's too late. It's too late at that point. So you got to start doing it beforehand. You got to start learning what it feel like to be the one that looks stupid. That's why the Lord said he going to do it through the foolishness of preaching. You're going to look stupid the whole time confessing God. You're going to look stupid to your friends. You're going to look stupid to your family. You're going to look stupid on the internet. But meanwhile, you're the righteous one. You're the one that's displaying the form of faith or what it takes to live eternally. Everybody else think basic instruction before leaving earth. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You finna be right here as a bus grape in the middle of 285. That's what you gonna be. But me, I plan on living eternally. And in order to do it, I gotta learn to put some of this other stuff away that separate me from God, that come into my thought pattern, that make me doubt, that make me not trust fully, that make me hesitate. I got to put all those things away because you can't get to the next level like that. Read on.
Moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world. And
he said he condemned the world by doing that. You know what that means? By Noah building that ark, he showed the rest of the world that they had no faith in what was going to happen, and they all died. And they all died. Ain't no telling what was down here. It died. And you can go look. The white man even say, we don't know how these seashells got on the top of Mount Everest, but they up here in these fish bones because it was water. It was water. And he said he condemned the whole world through his faith, through his believing of God. He made everybody else had to suffer. Well, they was going to suffer anyway. But he made sure that their suffering was noted through his faith. Read.
And became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
Read.
By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whither he went.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. A lot of times when we begin to follow the Lord, bro, you don't know what's coming. You don't know what's happening. You have no idea. When you first walked through those doors, you had no idea that you would have friends I was talking to me and my wife, we went to the marriage event in California, right? And some of my friends, they over there, they went with us, but when the thought was there was like, Who would have thought that I would have friends in California and in Las Vegas and, you know, all these different states throughout America where I had never went and sat and hung with nobody. But now it's like, hey, because of this, hey, let's go to LA where our friends at. And our rest of our friends are like, hey, yeah, we're going to all stay together too. You know, and you look and you say, how? How did that happen? Why am I here? How did I end up in Africa? How did I end up on a cruise ship in South America? How the hell did I end up in any of this? Because you had no idea none of it was coming. Just think, some of us fat as hell and had no idea that we would ever get slim again. Message. Who would think going to church gonna make you get in shape? Going to church? Nigga, that's where all the fat people at. They eat pork hot dogs after church. You never thought that it will come a time when you go to congregate and they say, hey, you can't look like that no more. What you mean I can't look like this? Nah, you fat. What you mean I'm fat? I mean, I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? A little overweight, but I ain't. Nah, you fat. You a smooth 70, 80, 120 pounds over. He said 120. I saw him cringe. I threw that number out just for him. I heard him what he said, but I lost 120 pounds. He ain't never thought that he would have came to church to lose 120 pounds. He never thought it. You would never thought that there became a point that you said, I want to be a man of valor, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to do these exercises, and I'm going to do these tests, and I'm going to read these. You never thought it.
He ain't lying.
You never thought that your wife would actually listen to you. You never thought that you could actually tell her what to do. Yeah. Can you please fix me something to drink? You know, she, yes, my love. You're like, and some ice too. Now you feel why you never knew that was there, because it's like Abraham. He didn't know where he was going. He didn't know what was gonna come with it. All he know was I was told to go and I went. You was on the internet watching something. You got told to go and you went. Now you head over an office. You like, how the hell? How I end up being the one to go check everybody? Me? Little old me? Message. But that's what come with it, right? That's what come with the faith. And that's where you have to start seeking those things of the Lord, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. Yeah. The money's going to make sure your boots are new. But the Lord will give you enough money to get the boots. But you can't get the spirit of the Lord only worry about the boots. I need new boots. Mexicans got on boots. I mean, Issachar got on boots. That's funny. Read on.
Verse 9. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
Right. He said, and when he left, this man had a baby. You know, listen, cover the kids' ears. Do you know the kind of faith you got to have to be a hundun and be like, got to go have this baby? Bruh, you 100, she 90. Gotta go have this baby. You know what I'm saying? What baby? You heard the Lord. There's only one way to get him here. That's now you look, but to me, I'm like, bro, that take a level of faith that you still got to perform. You know what I'm saying? Isaac didn't just come out of nowhere. He didn't just come out of nowhere. It took a level of faith to go perform, to do what he had to do, to bring forth that seed. I digress. Sirach, chapter 15, verse 15.
Sirach chapter 15, verse 15. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness.
Wait. What is keeping the commandments do?
To perform acceptable faithfulness.
So in our learning to put away those things in the building of our faith, we keep the commandments, and that is the performance of that's what makes it acceptable unto the Lord. That's what really shows your faith. That's what really shows your faith. Will I do what the Lord said do when it looks stupid to the rest of the world? Will I do what the Lord said do when everybody else think it's foolishness? Will I do what the Lord said do when I can't even see what the outcome is? That's your acceptable. Read it again. I'm sorry.
If thou wilt, to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness.
Right. So sometimes, and the real thing is, sometimes that's all you can do to stay in the spirit. Because guess what? If your mind would want to tell you to do one thing, but the commandments say do something else, and when you can't make sense of, I don't know how women brains think. I know they don't think nothing like mine. But sometimes when you don't have, so men will try to make sense out of everything that's happening. We try to make like logic, make it make sense. Like it got to be some 1 + 1 = 2 somewhere in this mix. I don't know. My car tire went flat. We ain't thinking, man, the Lord stopped me from getting in a wreck. We like, bro, man, it had to be something. Must have ran over a nail. But what's happening? You know what I'm saying? We don't. Our first thought at times is not, okay, the Lord wanted this. Let me examine or let me meditate on what the Lord said. Our first thought is, what happened? What can I do? And that's the point of the class, really, to deal with that kind of thought pattern and that way of thinking, because we try to put the logic first. But sometimes all you can do is follow what the Lord said, and that's the only way to get out the mess. That's the only way to get to the next step. Like you can't get there no other way. Everything else you try to do seem to make it worse and worse. I'm gonna hide. I ain't gonna show up. I mean, I don't know if folk thinking like this about me. Like, nah. The scriptures say, keep the Sabbath day. It's a holy convocation. I'm going to just keep the commandment, bro. I don't know what else. If I do anything else, I find myself in the room. I ain't watched no class all day. I just slept. I ain't do nothing. I ain't read my book. I ain't do nothing. I just felt woe is me, because you didn't perform acceptable faithfulness by keeping the commandments. You think wearing them fringes while everybody else say you look stupid with tassels on, you don't even realize you're really encouraging yourself every single day to perform acceptable faithfulness. You encouraging yourself and reminding yourself every single day when you do it. Even when you can't see the way out, because sometimes you look up and before you know it, you be like, I tell my wife all the time, if something bad happened, once the bad part over with and I ain't dead, it's a joke now. I ain't dead. Now it's something to laugh at. Before you know it, you laughing at it. Because you remember that one time we was almost dead and had to only make one cake and only had a cruise of oil? That was crazy, huh? Because now you kept and you've performed faithfulness. You believed in the Lord and you just kept moving, kept doing what he said, and before you know it, you like the woman and her son and Elijah, and they ate many days. But at one point, you didn't know what was going to happen. And you try to worry. Hey, pull that thing up, that worrying statistic. Come on. Read that.
91% of your worries never come true, but your brain can't tell the difference. Studies show imagined fears activate real stress circuits, rewiring your brain to live in danger that doesn't exist.
So we'll be sitting around worrying about stuff that is never going to happen. Never going to happen.
He ain't lying.
And guess what? In your brain is like, yeah. It's trying to find ways, and it's going through stress, and it's doing all of these reactions off of your thoughts. It's doing all of these reactions off of your thoughts. Watch this. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 9. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 14.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 14. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable.
He said, our thoughts are miserable. Our worrying is miserable. And we sit there and worry and think about some stuff that will never even happen. And guess what else don't ever happen while you sitting there and worrying? The other thing. The good thing that come on the other side of following the Lord. The good thing that come on the other side of that acceptable faithfulness. You missed that too. Because you sat there doing nothing, worried about what might happen, and you didn't follow the Lord, and nothing could happen. That's crazy. Read.
And our devices are but uncertain.
He said, and the way we go about it, none of it's sure. None of our worry and none of the things everything that we try to do is unsure. Why? Because really, truly, none of it is of us. Read.
For the corruptible body presseth down the soul.
See, now this is where we always get caught up at. Read that again.
For the corruptible body presseth down the soul.
So guess what? The soul wants to do what the Lord say. That's the little whisper of just go to the Sabbath. Apologize to leadership. Tell the brother, you know what I'm saying? Work it out with your brother. That's what the soul say. The body say, bro, I'm just as much as a man as the rest of them, bro. Can't let them talk to me like that. I'm grown too. Bro, I'm tired today. I don't feel like going, bro. I could be tired. I work hard all week. That's that miserable body pressing, that corruptible body pressing down the soul. The soul that wants to follow the Lord. The soul that wants to do what the Lord said do. That miserable, miserable body always got some BS to come back with. Read.
And the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things.
He said, in this body, it weighs your mind down. That think of every kind of reasoning. You know what that every kind of reasoning is called? Worrying. 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 Read on.
Verse 16. And hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon earth.
He said, but hardly do we guess aright. We very rarely make the right decision when we're not following the Lord. If you made a decision, you got a 91% chance that your decision was wrong. I'm going to almost say a 99% chance that your decision was wrong. Right? We always trying to figure a way out. We always trying to understand the mind of the Lord. We are, bro, like, where you get that from? Like, we really be thinking we could kind of guess what the Lord got in store, or how he gonna work it out. You don't know how the Lord gonna work it out. You don't know who gonna come around and offer you a job. I say, boy, he drinking a 40. I'm just playing. He done distracted me. You know, I'm like, you very rarely can, understand the mind of the Lord. But we always try to. We always try to guess and plot and plan. And Christ had to tell you, he said, you can't add a stature. You can't add a stature to your body through that worrying.
He ain't lying.
Or this least thing you can't do. Why you worrying about the rest? Well, we got to get to that point. Why? Because Jacob trouble coming, bruh. Pull that up. Let me see them gas pricing, man. Let me see them gas pricing. Yeah. Everybody starts sucking their teeth. Oh, God. Oh, God, bro. When I seen that when we was in California, I said, that is crazy. It was $7 when we was out there. I said, oh, my God. Can you imagine a nigga tell you $7 and you got to put 20 in that tank at $7? 140? 140 for a tank of gas? Who remember when gas was 85 cents? Look, none of these young boy hand. They say gas was 85 cents. You remember when they used to let you pump the gas, then come in there and give them the money? You used to do that. You used to pump the gas and then go give them the money. Huh? Yeah. Times they are changing. Now everybody's looking at, look, you ride around, you see one gas station right now, it's 409, you looking for $3.99. You like, I just don't want to pay with the 4 in the front. It make me feel a little bit better in my chest. But the reality is, this is what we dealing with. And look, it said 2 major refineries closing, projected by 2026, and nobody stopped it. So guess what? They was like, we gonna shut down even clearing up the gas. So guess what? It's gonna get more expensive. And what you think gonna happen when everything get more expensive? You know what, bro? But I can't, bro, make it to Atlanta, bro. $5 a gallon, bro. Lead the ship. I can come on Sabbath, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's what we gonna do. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, then you're gonna have to wonder, where's your faith? Where's your faith? Do you believe that the Lord gonna provide? You like, I don't even know how I still gotta have a tank. That's crazy. The Lord ain't let the gas burn out. That's a light thing for the Lord. Now, am I saying that everybody gonna do that? No, I'm just saying this is gonna be an example of how we gonna end up moving. This is how, like, our mind, these are gonna be the things that start to make us doubt and worry and wonder. You know, and y'all, I mean, you look at it and say, I ain't worried about it. Who in here ain't worried about the prices of gas right now and food? Oh, I thought she raising her hand. I was like, oh, you balling. She was fixing her hoodie. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say, you got it. See, ain't nobody raised their hand. That's because everybody thinking about it. Everybody's thinking about it. Now, whether they want to say it out loud or not, it's easy to not raise my hand and to say, man, I was wondering whether I was going to pay the gas bill, the light bill, or buy something to eat for the feast. Like, when those become decisions, life on a different level, right? 2nd Esdras, chapter 7.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
So that condition is, we are constantly fighting against this soul and this body. We constantly fighting against our mind and what the Lord said. We constantly fighting against what we can see and our faith. This is the conditions. Read on.
Verse 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said.
He said, but guess what? If you get overcome by your flesh versus your spirit, if you get overcome with your eyes opposed to your faith, you're going to suffer for that thing. You're going to suffer for it. And it ain't like, who really thinking about, you know what I'm saying? When those financial troubles or those unexpected life changes, what they said, which causes most people to worry. The first thing that you think about is not, I'm going to suffer if I let this overtake me. No, you automatically go to what the problem is. I ain't got enough money. How I'm supposed to? But now you're letting that body overtake that soul. Now you're letting your eyes overtake your faith. Read on, verse 58 again.
That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory. If you learn how to control that doubt, if you learn how to control that fear, if you learn how to put away all those things that so easily beset us, if you get the victory, read. He shall receive the thing that I say.
And then you get the things that Christ promised us. You get to live eternally. You know, some of us, everybody got a different reason for why they in this truth. Some want to get back at the Idumeans. Can't wait to, it's just like, you know what, if I just get If I come on, look at her. It's like if I just get to get back and do it, he that leadeth must go into, and he that killeth with the sword must be killeth with. If I get to do that, I'm happy. Some people like that's gonna be they striving for that. They keeping commandments because they want to. Like me, I want to see everything that I can't imagine. I want to see everything that I can't imagine. But Christ said you're going to get to see eyes and, eyes have not seen and ears ain't heard what I got in store for those that love me and keep my command. You mean to tell me you want me to not see what I can't imagine? But he said I can have that. He said you're going to get to exact righteous vengeance on the nations that did evil to his people. He said you get that if you get the victory. If you're not overcome by the sight of your eyes, if you're not overcome by the work of your body or the work of your flesh, you get to have those things. Some women, sisters, I can't wait to not have to walk again. I ain't got to walk no more. I'm going to have a bunch of damn Elam floor mats. They just going to run and fall down on the ground every step I take. Whatever you can imagine, the Lord said you could have it in this kingdom. Whatever it is, you strive toward that. That's the victory. That's the thing he said that you can have. Read that again, that last part, 58. I like that thing.
Verse 58, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said.
But if you get overcome, you know what suffer mean? You got to die for that. You got to die for that. Read.
But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want. And that's why you got to reform your thoughts. And you got to take inventory of what you got going on. Look at that. You get to get a crown. Big black man with red eyes and white hair give you a crown. You might get some white hair. Ain't no telling. Like, man, you probably could fly. Remember he told him, he said, all these things and greater you will do. That means you get to teleport. You get to throw your cape on and disappear. Joker don't know where you went. You sitting there getting hungry, just like, oh man, we cook a brisket, just keep breaking off, and just big piece of brisket just keep coming off. You don't even know whether you just keep breaking the brisket off and just chunk. He said you could have it. You ain't gonna never get fat. You could just keep eating it too. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about the green or the red no more. You just break it. He said all these things I do, you're doing greater. Can you imagine? What's greater than being able to teleport, walk on water, and just make never-ending food? Can you imagine just walking up and say, dang, I want something to drink? Stick your finger in it, and it's whatever it is you want it. But you don't get none of that if you get overweight and weighed down and overcome by this flesh. If you let your mind worry you and put you in a place where you neglect the forsaking of ourselves one with another. You're not around the brothers. You're not around the sisters. You're not around somebody that could help your mind. If you're not a wife that could speak to your Lord, your husband, whatever you might call him at the house, and help get him back to where he needed. Because y'all Jews act like they don't get home and get out the spirit and start thinking about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all, like, I had the thought, like, how am I going to take and pay for this and go on it? You know what my wife said? You should go. I'm sitting there thinking about, but we finna do this, and I got to do that, and this coming up. She said, you should go. She said, you not going? I said, yeah, I'm going, but I'm thinking about the other stuff. Just go. But that's what the Lord said. Guess what? You sisters don't even realize the effectiveness that y'all can have in these situations. And guess what? That's you performing your acceptable faithfulness. The Lord sent you here as a helpmeet. That man might be going through it in his head. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Look at my tie. The Lord, you might be, you know what I'm saying? He around that thing stressing, but guess what? You at that one little moment, you know what I'm saying? You don't add the most stress to him. That he say, you know what? I'm finna do it.
Let's go.
whether it be venturing out to do what's needed for the family, or whether it be taking away to go do what is needed for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sisters, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have that ability in that household too. You know what I'm saying? To help in that, and to help with those thought patterns and help with that kind of thinking. Sirach chapter 30, verse 21.
Sirach chapter 30, verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel.
See that? That's what he said. He said, don't let your mind weigh you down. Don't let your thoughts weigh you down and keep you from serving the Lord. Don't do it. But you have to be conscious of it to be able to stop it. If you don't realize that's what's happening, that thing will just spiral and spiral and spiral. Before you know it, you just been at the house for 2-3 months and don't even know. You ain't congregated. You ain't know why. You ain't answering the telegram, brothers. You're like, how? Why? You just let that mind spiral and spiral. You let that heaviness weigh you down, spiral, down, down, down. And guess what? You ain't got nobody over there with you to help pull you up out of it. Nobody saying nothing spiritually to help pull you out of it. And when you do answer a brother, you like, yeah, you know, you right, I need to do it. Yeah, I know, I hear you. You right, officer. And as soon as you hang the phone up, that little monster come right back. He like, yeah, but you know, they only saying that so they can report back to leadership. They don't really care about you, bro. That's what he look like. They don't really care about you, bro. Only thing they want to do is write a little report about you, bro. That's the damn devil. He said, don't give your mind over to heaviness. Read it again.
Verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel.
He said, in your own counsel.
Stop the cap.
Don't let the way you think be the thing that keep you in that loop of despair and depression and worry. Read on.
Verse 22, the gladness of the heart is the life of a man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days.
Right. He said, guess what? That gladness, that's that thing that's going to keep you around. That's what's going to keep you around the brothers. That's what's going to keep you in the body. That's what's going to give you that little bit of zeal to help in that office, to come up with the ideas, to perform, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is you're performing with a little bit of joy. You know, not just, well, I'm just going to do it so they don't have nothing to say, write nothing about me. Read on.
Verse 23, love thine own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many.
Right. See, and like all of these things, like these are the things that if you don't think about, you'll find yourself having to go see Officer Nehemiah at Hope and Healing. I know, and I get it, but I don't get it. It's like we have these scriptures that tell us this. Why are we still in so much despair mentally about some of these things? Now I get it. Sometimes you might not have nobody to talk. You might be a single brother. You ain't got no wife, or you ain't got no brother that you really counsel with. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to look at it and say, well, dang, am I doing what the Lord said do when I don't have a counselor, one of 1,000? When I don't have a brother that a friend that stick it closer than a brother, closest. There's a lot of spit. Closest. That stick closer than a brother. And then you gotta go see Officer Nehemiah. Right? Because you've let that despair and you've let that stuff weigh you down. You let that stuff get in your mind. You let your finances become a problem. You let, the lack of finance. You let that your wife is upset about the finances. Now that's a problem. And now it just keep going and it keep going and it keep going. And you like, I can't give alms. And then now you're thinking about that. You're like, bro, I can't even go to the outing, bro, because I don't want to feel like asking nobody to let me hold 20. So I ain't going. And before you know it, you just at the house. You just at the house. with a whole bunch of excuses that wasn't even really there. A whole bunch of stuff that you made. Remember, 91% of the things that we think about don't never even come true. You sitting there thinking about it, it ain't never gonna happen. You would have got in the car and you got to the thing and bro, like, bro, we ordered too much pizza, man, and wings, bro, man. You want some of these? I'm saying, bro, y'all ain't gonna eat them, bro. I mean, we ain't no point in just waiting. Yeah. Oh, praise. Well, I ain't had no money, but them boy came through. Well, big boy, they bought 2 pitchers of beer. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Now you went to the outing with no money. You still had a good time, and it ain't nobody asked you about $9. But if you would have listened to your worrying, guess where you would have been? Say it loud. At the house. Worrying about money and worry about out. And now they go. Now it's a new report about you. Brother don't show up to none of the outings. Because he at the house worried about the money instead of, man, I'm going to the outing, bro. I ain't got no money. Hey, man, come pick me up, man. My car ain't doing right. Well, what's wrong with your car? But it ain't got no gas in it. Bruh. You remember that movie? I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it. And get what? It just is what it is. Hey, bro, hey, boy, you going to the outing? You ain't even got telling you ain't got no money. You going to the outing? Yeah. Well, let me ride with you, but man, I don't even really feel like driving like that right now. I've been driving all week. They're like, yeah, you do be driving. You know, I just ain't got no gas in it. But you know what I'm saying? You worrying so much that you don't even think of just performing that acceptable faithfulness. Being around the brethren, not forsaking one another. You know what I'm saying? Speaking often one to another. You just sit there and let it just fester in your brain and tell you lies, tell you sweet little lies. And now you just at the house.
Stop being a damn fool.
Right. Read on.
For sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Envy and wrath shorten the life, and carefulness bringeth age before the time.
See that's what I wanted. He said envy and wrath, so you could be looking at what everybody else got, and then now you got attitude. You envying what you see other people have, and now you got attitude. Now you mad. But he said that's going to shorten your life. And much what?
And carefulness bringeth age before the time.
He said, and carefulness bring age before the time. You know what carefulness means? Worrying. Bro, man, I was in the house, bro. I ain't gonna even tell you no lie, but I was in the house about a good 2 weeks, and I was like, I don't like this feeling, bro. I need to be working, boy. I'm hurting, boy. Now, am I homeless? No. Am I finna eat my last meal of cake and barley? Oh, no. But because I'm used to this, and I'm watching, the numbers on the bank account going like this. They just going down. I'm like, oh God. You know what I'm saying? You get antsy. You know, because some of us, got used to seeing numbers in the account. You like, yeah, I can do whatever. When you get down past that threshold, when the bank starts saying, hey, you ain't got enough in here, now we got to charge you for not having the right amount in this account. Now you start to, how much you say them feet picks going for again? You looking for it, but and just for myself, like that's how. And now y'all know if I wrote the class about it, it's something I was dealing with. So, I slick hid from the real for about, you know what I'm saying, a week, bro. Like, I just upstairs, like I don't usually be here, so I gotta go in their room and act like I'm not here. Like I'm not really here if she can't see me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But then you get yourself together. Okay, let me start doing stuff around the house that I needed to do. Let me start, move. And then as soon as I started doing that, then guess what? Hey, can you come? Hey, we sending the work. Hey, okay. Now we go. But when you sitting there trying to, you know what I'm saying, think your way out of it or do all this other stuff, then you end up in a worse place. And that's what I said. I'm able to write it and talk about it because I did it. I did it, and I was like, you look stupid as hell. Like, you really look stupid. Like, nigga, you know she can see you, right? She know you not gone, nigga. Your car's outside. You not gone, nigga. The hell you think hiding up here gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Feeling, yeah, you like that. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there like, look, man, shit, I took care of her ass for 20 years. You mean to tell me I can't be out of work for a month? This is bullshit. You got all this. Read that last part. Read 24 again.
Verse 24. Envy and wrath shorten the life, and carefulness bringeth age before the time.
And right there, that carefulness, that sitting there and trying to think, what's she thinking about me? What's going on? Do I look lazy to my sons? Can I give what I'm finna do? Age before the time, bro. You sitting there like something. Ooh, you was looking old in the face because the nigga upstairs worrying for nothing. Nigga face just getting old as hell. So you need to moisturize. I was like, that's worry. That was me worrying. But it is what it is. That's the kind of stuff that you go through when you sit there and you. Proverbs chapter 3. I'm gonna leave that alone. They like, oh man, officer, broke ass nigga. It is what it is. You've been broke before. If you've never been broke. I don't know why all them random songs always pop in my head in the middle of. I need to listen to more Sons of Thunder or something. Read that. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Come on.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
Right. So we will tend to not lean on the Lord when stress come in. We revert right back to nigga when stress come in. Now, am I saying don't do nothing? Ain't nobody ever said that, okay, I believe in the Lord, I'm not going to go to work. Yes, you should be actively looking for some work. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't working. But the worrying of the other stuff, what people going to say, am I finna die? No, all of that stuff work itself out. Do the other things that you know you can do. Show the Lord that acceptable faithfulness. Keep keeping the commandments, go around the brethren, go around leadership. Hey, talk to leadership about it. They might, you know what I'm saying, be like, man, yeah, brother, he ain't even ask for no money. You know what I'm saying? He came and he just was telling me what was going on. Hey, man, we might even throw a little call to arms and keep the brother faithful. You know, you never know what might happen. But because you sitting there and you being secretive about it, you're not trusting in the Lord. You don't believe the word that he said. He said his word don't go out void. It'll perform the work that he sent it out to do. All of these scriptures are that. Everything that we read are the words that the Lord sent out, and they're going to perform what they're going to do. So if he said, I've been young and I've been old, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread, you got to stand on it, cuz. You got to stand on it. Okay, I might not be able to go do a whole bunch of extra fun stuff, but I am not begging bread right now. Got to trust in the Lord right now. I'm not begging bread. Like, this is what I had to tell myself, but you is not begging bread right now, bro. You are thinking about a perception. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw this thing. I wish I could find it. I didn't even think about it going with this class until right now. It's like when a man identity is linked too much to one thing, when that thing fails, then he begins to fail to see who he is. So if your identity is linked to, we say, your job, right, or your position or something like that, when that thing fails, or even it's like, okay, your life is about, being a father. Dang, it's a video to that somewhere too. But I don't think that ain't the one that I was looking for. But that ain't the video. But, what's it called? Hey, that's cool. Read that. See, them boys over there, they fast.
When a person links their entire identity to a single thing, such as an occupation, a relationship, or a specific title. Psychologists call this identity foreclosure. While it breeds deep dedication, it makes individuals highly vulnerable to severe emotional distress.
Severe emotional distress. So read that last part.
As losing that one thing shatters their entire sense of self.
So guess what? You've been used to working. You like, I'm working, I provide for my family, you know what I'm saying? My brothers, you know what I'm saying? They count on my brother say, man, I'm finna we going to the out, and I be like, I got it. Don't even worry about it. Put it on my tab. But when that thing shatters, then you go through this identity foreclosure. Now you begin to not feel like a man. Oh, I ain't providing. She looking at me like I'm weak. What I'm finna do? Oh, my kids don't see me as, I've been a husband my whole, you know what I'm saying? Not something going on in my marriage. Now I feel less than a man. I don't feel like this. You have all this other stuff that's going on. Read that again in Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Come on.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
He shall direct thy paths. Read.
Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones.
What's going to be health to your navel and marrow to your bones? Trusting in the Lord and not leaning on your own thoughts, not being wise in your own eyes, or those what it said in Sirach, those heavy thoughts of your own counsel. That's you and your own counsel, right? He said, when you don't do that, it shall be health to thy navel, like feeding a baby through his stomach. All the nourishment you're going to get going to come from the Lord when you pull away from all those extra thoughts and everything that you got that's in your mind making you think I'm doing this or I'm not that. Read on.
Verse 9. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruits of all thine increase.
Not right. That's where the hard part come in. I'm going to tell y'all. When I started tripping, or when I start tripping, I don't do it. I'm saying whenever I start tripping, you know what I do? I give alms. Now, some people might say, because I done said, like, nigga, is you trying to buy your way into heaven? No, the Lord said, give up thy income. Because guess what? Now I'm like, nah, I believe what you said. Here, your people still need this. Or go help at the school. Or go do something that pertain to the Lord. Go, because you know what I'm saying? There's such things as alms deeds. That's what matter of fact, we finna get into that. Toby did that. Right? He took care of the people that, damn getting killed by the Assyrians and all this other stuff. You're like, all right, I'm gonna bury him. All this different stuff that he was doing and giving to his brother. That's the only way I can show the Lord right now that I believe him. Guess what? Read verse 9 again.
Verse 9. Honor the Lord with thy substance.
Honor the Lord with the stuff that you got. Honor him with what you got. I'm still performing my acceptable faithfulness. This all I can do. Yeah, I had to even fight with that. You trying to buy your way into heaven. No, man, this all I got. The Lord say, give up thy substance. I got this little bit. I'm going to give this little bit. I'm going to believe on him. Just like the lady with the 2 mites. She said, here, hers was greater than all y'all. She gave the last that she had. Do you think she was buying her way into heaven? Or was she showing faith? Like, look, you said you're going to take care of me. You said you're going to take care of me. Well, then I ain't holding nothing back. Here you go.
He ain't lying.
That's all. And guess what? And that's why I say sometimes it don't even look like an extravagant thing. Sometimes it don't make no sense. You be like, but this is all I could do to stay in the spirit is to do what the Lord said do. That's all I can do. If I try to do anything else, it's finna go haywire. It's finna turn into something way. I'm gonna invest this money in the stock market. Now you done lost all that too. You thought you were finna come up. I'm about to invest in myself. You know how I invest in myself? Alms. If I'm dead serious, when it get bad, my brain start tripping and start trying to tell me something evil, I will give alms. I'm just telling you, I'm telling you something that you can apply. I ain't even trying to tell you no super exoteric either. Nah, get some alms. Go help one of your brothers. Get that brother a ride. Man, I need a ride over. I wasn't even finna go over on that south side, but I'm finna ride today. Let me give him a lift. Why? It's the only thing I could do. It's the only thing I could do that wasn't me trying to find a way out. It is not a way out. I say, you know what? I'm going to just give it to the Lord then. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. I know, y'all. I know. All us perfect Israelites in here, you know, don't nobody thinking no simple stuff like this. We got it going on. We trying to find out who the 12 feathers is, bro. We trying to find out how far we is in the Jacob's troubles right now. I can tell you how far we is. We in the broke part. We in the broke part. The beginning of it. We finna get a lot broker. And guess what? You're going to have to revert to these particular kind of scriptures and thoughts to keep your mind from letting you sell your feet on the internet. Y'all keep laughing, bro. Y'all act like it ain't people like here selling their feet on the internet. They selling more than that on the internet. As were some of you. Read that, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5.
Come on.
Let your conversation be without covetousness.
Mm-hmm. Read.
And be content with such things as ye have.
He said, don't let that covetousness creep into your conversation. You know how there's some brother you talk to and everything is work, the truck, work, the job, work, the captivity, work, these calls, work. Can't do it, gotta go to work. You sound like Rihanna around here.
Come on now, dog.
All you do, work. And want more. I need more. I want more. I need more. Gotta get to it. He said, let your conversations be without covetousness. Read.
For he hath said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee.
That's the part, bro. That's the part that we have to think about sometime when that money start getting low. I'm trying to tell you, when I say my prayers and I remind them. Remember you said you wasn't going to leave me or forsake me? Pocket hurting a little bit, so don't leave me out here hanging on. Let that gas make it. I don't want to put no more gas in that car. You said that you never seen the righteous forsaking the seed begging bread. You said that. I need your help. And I don't want to seem greedy, but help me.
He ain't lying.
Read on, verse 6.
So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper.
That we may boldly say what?
The Lord is my helper.
Oh, no. I got them hours this week.
The Lord is my helper.
No. That insurance check came through.
The Lord is my helper.
Right. No, I got 100% from the VA. I'm up through there. Yeah, them veterans know what I'm talking about. All I'm trying to get 100%. I need that free money, Esau. Come on, Daddy. Give me that money, Daddy.
Bruh.
Yeah, you're right. It's how to act like it ain't you. It's me. I know I was one of them. I'm still trying to get it.
Bruh.
But we got to be able to say that we can boldly say, the Lord is my helper. You know what I'm saying? Because only the Lord going to let you get the 100%. He might not let you get it because he already knows. Nah, you can't get that nigga all that money. You know what he going to do? Give him 50. Let's see what he do with 50. Read verse 6 again.
So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not fear what man shall do unto me.
There you go. Matthew 10:38. Is that the script? I don't know if I even wrote that right. Fear not him that can kill the body. Yes, sir. Read that.
28. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
He said, so you more worried about the rent man. That you going to sell them feet pics. I'm going to keep bringing up these feet. I don't know why I'm saying it. Somebody in here selling feet pictures. I don't know why. It's just, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I don't know why. It just keep popping. So if you selling the feet pictures, just stop. Just stop. But I did just have an idea. I can make some AI feet and sell AI feet pictures. Oh, yeah, that me right there.
Come on now, dog.
Not the light-skinned one either. That me in the back. Yeah, that's how my shit look. I see that. I'm trying to tell you, somebody, they probably out there like that freaky stuff. They like, I pay for that. They're like, yeah, really?
You ain't lying.
But I'm saying, I don't know why it just keep popping in my head. Somebody selling feet pictures. I don't know. It just is what it is. Read that again. 10:28.
And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
So he said, don't fear man. Don't fear the thoughts that men gonna say about you because you don't have this or you ain't got that. Don't be fearful of the rent man, the repo man, or whatever, because once you start to do that, then you'll find yourself in some precarious situations where you might be on the verge of doing something that, it might not be as nefarious as feet pics or selling drugs, but it'll be something as simple as lying.
Message.
Yeah, you didn't think that. You just lied for no reason to try to save face. Now you just developing a habit of lying because you want to save face. You just lying for and you don't even think how we get from broke to lying. Broke people lie. Now you in the danger of this because you was broke and you just decide you just gonna keep lying and keep lying and keep lying. Right? Or the pride get on you and you never reach out for help. You never recognize that pride is the one departed from God. And you find yourself, it's okay, yeah, well, I'm break the Sabbath. I'm gonna work. You ain't had to work on new moon. You ain't had no job all month. Now, soon as the money come through, they like, you didn't work new moon. I gotta take it. Right back in the mix. You put yourself in the danger of whatever foolishness come along, because you gonna know, dang, I should have just told them, let me start tomorrow or day out. But I be doing I was telling my wife the other day. I was talking to one of my contracts, and I ain't worked in a month. And they asked me, they was like, hey, what's your schedule look like for the next couple months? Because we got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming through. We want to make sure that you're available. What you think I said on the inside? Hell yeah, nigga, I'm available. I need this money. But you know what I said on the outside? I mean, I got a couple things coming up, but I mean, we'll find a way to. Why? Because I ain't finna look desperate, and I got a God that I believe in. I already know. When I sent them on, I said, you know what, but I'm gonna send them on. 2 days later, here he come. Well, we got that word for you. I said, well, he got it. But I know what to do. But I said, that was wrong. I'm sitting here holding on to the money. Well, I'm supposed to gave the money to the, heck, you know what I'm saying? Big Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Light bill over there, IUIC need to get paid. I got you.
Let's go.
You feel me? Here you go. But nah, I'm not finna look desperate and be concerned about those people and what they, nah. I mean, I got a little bit of time. We'll find a way. Send what you got. We'll make it happen. That's why we know we can count on you. I got a soft spot for you. Y'all all right with me. Lying like hell, but I'm like, whoo, whack. But I ain't know what I was finna do. But that's how you gotta move sometime, right? Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. So, and with that just saying, I would rather be looked down on men than Christ tell me, nah, you can't come. Can you imagine that? I never knew you. You don't get to come. You just get kicked in the chest. Because if he kick you in the chest, it's going to be like some off The Boys where everything just, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He going to kick you in the chest, and it's just going to be your hips and feet staggering around in a circle. You're like, I don't want that. I'd rather deal with you thinking I'm lame or you thinking I'm poor or me having a little bit of embarrassment and saying, hey, leadership, I ain't worked in a few months, you know what I'm saying? Stuff bad right now. My mind been kind of bad. I was letting the heaviness of it get to me. I'd rather deal with that than, like I said, my legs just stumbling around in the middle of the damn street on 285 because Christ said, nah, you can't come, bro. Anyway, Colossians 3.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection.
He said, stop being freaky.
Evil concupiscence.
You know what an inordinate affection is? Feet pictures. Feet pictures are inordinate affections.
He ain't lying.
Read.
And covetousness.
And what?
Covetousness. Which is idolatry.
Which is idolatry. Like I said, don't forget, we still talking about money. And we talking about the thoughts that come when the money get low. We talking about the thoughts that come when the money full too, because you know you become a nigga when you got a lot of it. Have a lot of money and see how niggerish you get.
Message.
Yeah. I can't hear you because the money talking. Can't see you lame nigga because the money in the way. Thought I heard a broke nigga say something. Surely that's what it was. That's not what he said, did it? Did it, Ben Frank? He didn't say anything, did he? Nah, you become real, bro. We become niggers when we get money. We know how easily we forget the Lord when you got money? Okay, you think it ain't, but he said that's idolatry, bro. Because you begin to put all of your faith in that money. You put all of your faith in that money. I ain't got enough. I ain't got enough. I ain't got enough. All right. Well, then you just keep working. You're going to realize when you do that here, you'll never have enough. You'll wonder why you never have. You already know bag with holes in it, but still, you never got enough. And you don't even know what you're doing wrong. Like, what I'm doing wrong? I'm supposed to work. Ain't I God? No. You supposed to work, but you was taking that work, that work was your God. That work was providing for you. Them hours you putting in was how you was being sustained. Not that the Lord was giving you life to be able to do that, to provide for his people. Remember, he said, you have not because you ask not. And you ask to use it upon your lust. What comes fighting and stuff amongst you? Because you have it and you want to use it upon your lust. I got to work. I buy big bottles. Don Julio, 1842, or whatever the number is on that big bottle. Got to buy them. Keep them stocked. Keep the Don Julio stocked.
He ain't lying.
You ain't lying. Keep the presidential privilege Hennessy. Got all of the best bottles. Everything. You lose it. You use it on your lust. And then you end up like what Bishop said. You drinking all the time. You realize you really ain't happy. And the only thing you got that show any kind of happiness is these bottles of liquor that make you feel like you somebody. You want to drink with me? Come sit with your boy.
Bruh.
That's how you be. Covetous. Deuteronomy chapter 8. Start at verse 7. I know. I'm sorry, y'all. Deuteronomy chapter 8, start at verse 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 7. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land.
Said the Lord provides for you. That's what the good land is. Like right now, we ain't going into the promised land, but guess what? We here. And what he providing right now is for this essentially the good land, read.
A land of brooks of water.
That's you could pay Clayton County water or DeKalb water or whatever size you want. That's good brooks of water,
Of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills.
Yeah, you could buy Zephyr Hill and Mountain Hill glass bottled water. You balling right now. You got it. You can buy Saratoga and yeah, the new Avion bottle. He said the Lord bring you into this good land. You ain't drinking out of the little plastic great value bottles like the rest, BPAs and forever plastic. You drink out of glass only. Read.
A land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates. A land of oil, olive, and honey.
You know what that mean? I'm finna get y'all. You know what that mean? Eating good. Eating good. Drinking good. Eating good. So the Lord brought you into this land, though. Read.
A land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness.
Jump to verse. Finish reading that.
Thou shalt not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass.
Right, he said riches and all this other stuff. You got bread. You got money. Read.
When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land.
And we don't have no problem with that part. When you eating good, you got money, drinking Voss water, drinking Zephyr Hill, Mountain Spring, Saratoga, eating good victuals, you got fish and the freshest of ciabatta breads, and by the time I had that garlic jalapeno naan bread with a little lamb, rolled it up, y'all. Eating good. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Sop it up, rub it around the bowl just as white. You good bread, eating good. Yo, nice, good, sweet unleavened. Wife in the spirit. I seen a sister made a Dubai chocolate unleavened bread. I said, oh God, Jesus, right? But he said, when you ate good and you done did all of that, bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he giveth thee. We don't nobody have a problem saying all praise the Most High when we eating good. Ain't nobody got no problem with that. But read verse 11.
Verse 11. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
See, because that's when the niggotry come in. When the money get good. When the money get good, the niggotry slide right on in. Why? Arms get low. You know you had money. What that is? Play that. Them boys over there, they like, I seen the video for that. See, that's why I like the IT team.
I mean, I talk to the money. Money on my chain, that mean the money hang with me.
Already.
Money on my hat, that mean money on my mind. Money on my gray bandana, that mean the money on my mind. Money on my Kool-Aid, that mean my money sweet.
Oh yeah, G. What is on your shade for?
Shades, that mean I see the money.
How many money chains in there?
65, you heard me?
What's your money on your shoes for?
I mean I walk to the money.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Money on my watch. I mean time is money.
Bruh. Bruh.
Boy, that boy said the money hang with me. Yo, my money sweet. I walk to the money. Bruh, but guess what? We'll begin to do that when the money start getting good, and then guess what? We'll forsake those other things because we're like, oh, well, I gotta keep it up because I gotta keep up. Remember what the man said? He said, I'll tear down my little barn and build a bigger one. That's what we do. We'll end up taking on more because we got more. But the Lord said, you a fool. Because tonight I'm calling your soul in for collection. Now what? Now what? Who all this stuff for now? You finna die. What he say? You finna die, boy? We finna die, boy? Go fight the devil in hell. You finna die. But I'm saying, like, just the thought that, okay, we can become niggas when we get it, because we can easily forget to think about it. Our brothers and sisters that's not here repenting, like us, that's the first thing they do when they get the money. When they get to some money, they turn to some whole Negroes. Niggers. What is a nigger? What? Hey, find that for me. They know that was it. I need money. Hey, y'all don't be looking at me. I had my gold teeth a long time, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. Y'all tripping.
Message.
Bruh. Chill out with the sound effects, bro. We don't need all that. Right? So, what I'm saying, you made me forget. Verse 17.
Verse 17. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of mine hand have gotten me this wealth.
So, that's what happened when a nigger, what would a nigger do with riches? What that scripture at? You know what that's at. What good is riches to and what a nigger do with money? Why? Because you start to get it and then you say, mine might and my hands got me this. Why? Because the first thing you do, you begin to forget the Lord. You forget the Lord and doing those things, and then you turn into a nigger with money.
We got it off.
What is? Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 14, verse 3.
Read that.
Riches are not comely for a niggard.
Uh-huh.
And what should an envious man do with money?
There you go. He said, what should an envious man do with money? Because riches is not comely to a nigger. A nigger get the money, and he is, Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 17. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. Niggard. Read verse 18.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for that it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
He said, so you have to remember the Lord even when the money might get low, that he is the one that gave you the power to get it when you had it. When you got it, it's the Lord that allowed you to have it, right? It's not your power, it's not your might, it's the Lord that allowed you to have it. Read on.
That he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day.
The covenant that he swore unto his fathers, that what he said in Hebrews, I will not leave thee nor forsake thee. That is something that he promised to us. So he gave you that power. He gave you the ability to get that wealth so that he could perform that and let you know, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I have never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread, right? Ecclesiastes 7:14. We're almost done.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 14.
Come on.
In the day of prosperity, be joyful. But in the day of adversity, consider.
He said, in the day of prosperity, be joyful. But in the day of read it again.
In the day of prosperity, be joyful. But in the day of adversity, consider.
Right. So he said, when you got it, ain't nothing wrong with being happy when you got it. Give on, share with your brother, take care of your family, give your family some of the stuff that they want, all of the stuff that they need. Be happy, give of the Lord of your stuff, of your substance. Showing that you're grateful, not being a nigga saying, I got me this wealth. But, read, in adversity.
Of adversity, consider.
He said, but when things get low, consider. Think about it. Think about what might be going on. Read that.
God also have set the one over against the other.
All right. He said he set prosperity and adversity in the same thing together. He put that together like that. Read.
To the end that man should find nothing after him.
He said that you don't get high and mighty above the Lord. So I'm going to give you some. Be happy. Be grateful. When you got it, you got it. But when the adversity comes, consider they go hand in hand so that you don't get too high-minded and too reliant on the abundance of the things that you have, because the man's life is not in the abundance of the things that he has. We got to remember that, right? Sirach chapter 11, verse 14.
Sirach chapter 11, verse 14.
Come on.
Prosperity and adversity. Life and death. Poverty and riches. Come of the Lord.
He said, remember, he said they one against the other, so that you won't find nothing after the Lord. You ain't gonna find nothing else. But he had, bro, why you think he keep telling us about poverty and riches? Bro, because we got a problem with money, bro. Akon took the goodly garments and the gold. Couldn't help but do it. LeBron, I'm getting big money, all these little gold. Got to hold him down another 20 years. Got to do it. Can't help it. That's just how we was. Saul, the same thing. The people said they wanted it. We always do this. He said, and he had to keep reminding us throughout the scriptures. This is set one against the other. It's gonna be ups and downs. You got to know that. If you can't accept that it's gonna be ups and downs, you're gonna get stuck when you hit the down. And then when you get the up, you're gonna forget the Lord. Read on.
Verse 15. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and the way of good works are from him. Error and darkness have their beginning together with sinners.
Verse 25.
Verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
He said, but when you got it, remember, I told you, once you ain't dead, everything become a joke then. You remember what did he say? Noodle, no packet. When you got money, that's funny now. But y'all remember we used to be eating them struggle meals? Yeah, we don't eat that no more, baby. We eat lamb rat now. It's a forgetfulness of that adversity when you got it. You forgot all about them hard days. Read.
And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
Oh, but you ain't remember when you was up neither. You forget when you was up. When you had it and you were spending big bottles every feast day. He come through with 2 bottles, one for me and one for y'all. Y'all can have this one. You know, so I'm going to drink this one. So I'm going to take this one back when that. But if we happen to get to it, we get to it. Yeah. But guess what? You go into depression when you ain't got it now. Now you won't hide in the room. Now you don't want to come around the brothers. Now you don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to say nothing. Oh, you forgot when you had it, though. You was the man, though. You was always around when you had the money. But now the money get low. Now all of a sudden you done forgot. Oh, you forgot that you used to have it, but you forgot that the Lord was the one that you will feel bad because you ain't got it. You ain't considering that the Lord allowed it. You ain't considering that the Lord allowed you to be up. You didn't put it away. You didn't think that no bad time was coming. I got it. It is what it is. Read.
Verse 26. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways.
All right. He said, because guess what? You might not pay for it now, but the Lord can make you pay for it later. That covetousness that allowed you, because really that's a form of covetousness. Now you won't feel bad because you ain't got all that you used to have no more. But then when the covetousness kicked in, when you had all that you had, now you forget the Lord. That covetousness, that evil, that idolatry that come with having those things. But Jeremiah 8, verse 10.
Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 10. Therefore will I give their wives unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. For everyone from the least even unto the greatest is given to covetousness.
So guess what? It ain't just you, bro. You ain't the only one who did it. I ain't the only one who did it. I ain't the only one who gonna go through it. And you ain't the only one gonna go through it. Y'all sisters ain't the only one who want what y'all see. Y'all see them sisters got nice head wraps and she got a new car. And your car ain't got no air conditioner. Don't feel bad. I'm sorry, baby. We get into it. But we all giving. Yeah, y'all laughing. Oh, I ain't the only one? All praises. All praises. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't know nothing about that. My AC blow do. Y'all ain't see the officer just shook his head. He said, I don't know nothing about that. that ain't my struggle. But I'm saying that to say everybody's going through it. Sisters go through it. They see it. Oh, they house look like this, and we over here, we 13 of us in a 2-bedroom. You had all them kids. The Lord blessed you to have all them kids. It's gonna be all right. Stay down till you come up. We all be wanting a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We want the new SUV, the new Kia Carnival van that you can put all 13 of them kids in. We want it. And sometimes we get beside ourselves in trying to get to it. He said, from the greatest to the least of us have all given ourselves over to covetousness. Read.
From the prophet, even unto the priest.
He said, from the prophet to the priest. From the prophet to the priest, everybody done been in this position. You ain't the first and you ain't the last. But guess what? That's where the hope is at. I ain't the only one. That's why the scriptures is here. That we can all learn from this and learn, all right, this is what I need to really focus on. This is what I really need to do. All right, so let's go to this, finish reading that, then we're going to jump to the end of this solutions. How are we going to do this?
From the prophet, even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely.
So sometimes you get beside yourself when it comes to dealing with the Lord. All right, Tobit, chapter 1, verse 3.
Tobit chapter 1, verse 3. I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice. And I did many alms deeds to my brethren.
He did many what?
Alms deeds to my brethren and my nation, who came with me to Nineveh. and to the land of the Assyrians.
He said, so I did many alms deeds for my brothers. Guess what? This is how you're going to help yourself. You're going to take care of your brothers. You're going to take care of your sisters. This is the only thing that's going to make the little bit of money you got worthwhile and the abundance of money that you got worthwhile. Bruh, Christ said, hey, I ain't even put this scripture just popped in my head. It's no better than to lose your money for your brother. What else you going to do with it? The money is to help God people. Your alms deed is to help your brothers and your nation, or your sisters and your nation. That's what we do it for. It really ain't nothing else. It ain't really nothing else. Everything like, okay, yeah, I bought a PlayStation. I bought that damn PlayStation and don't even play it. Just wanted it because I had the covetous little broken kid in me. Like, I'm getting what I want. One of these, I'm getting what I want. I got the money to buy what I want. I'm buying what I want. Or you can help your people. Give a little extra to the fundraiser. All right, I don't even want the slushy. Buy a couple of slushies for the little kids. You know, there's one. It's always two little kids in here like, I sure want slushy. They be looking at that table hard, standing right at the edge of it. Man, buy them little kids a slushy, man. Buy them a little Jew brew. You got it? Little kid gonna remember. He gonna be looking for you every Sabbath, though. You know? But guess what? What else your money gonna go for? What else you gonna do with it? Read verse 4.
Verse 4. And when I was in mine own country, in the land of Israel, being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father fell from the house of Jerusalem, which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, that all the tribes should sacrifice there, where the temple of the habitation of the Most High was consecrated and built for all ages.
So you just, and I just like, okay. He still had to remind us of who he was, right? Verse 7.
Verse 7.
I'm sorry. Chapter 4 and verse 7.
Tobit chapter 4, verse 7. Give alms of thy substance.
Oh, give what?
Give alms of thy substance.
Uh-huh.
And when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious.
Right. So he said, don't be sitting there penny pinching of the alms. You get them and get an alms. Stop worrying about where it going or who they doing or who they helping. You gave the alms. You gave the alms because you wanted to be and help the Lord. You wanted to show the Lord gratitude for all that he gave you. Get the alms. Stop tripping. That's what he's saying. Read.
Neither turn thy face from any poor. From any poor.
Uh-huh.
And the face of God shall not be turned away from thee.
You know who any poor is? My mama say I could eat smoothies. Yeah, get that man a smoothie, man. Get that little boy a smoothie. He want one. Even want one for the last month. Give him a little fry quesadilla. You know he wanted. Mama came by. She got 13 kids. She like, can you cut that quesadilla 13 ways? Toby back there. Slice this wide. 13 kids. Help, man, get a little kids a quesadilla, man. What else you gonna do? Turn and say that the Lord won't turn away from you. Like I said, it's not buying your way into heaven. It's showing gratitude. That's how I look at it. That's what the Bible say. So when I do it and I think about it, because I like things that I can actually do. You know what I'm saying? So if the Lord say, give my alms of what I have, and he won't turn away from me, when I start finding myself tripping about the money, guess what I do? I give the money to the Lord, huh? Then you take the money because I'm tripping about the money. Because guess what? You ain't getting none of them, whatever you sent in back, them going to the Lord. You buy a bottle of liquor, you can drink the liquor. You get a bottle, you get the money to the alms. I just gave it to the Lord because I'm grateful that he gave me something. I might not can't go, you know what I'm saying, stay in with leadership for a week at the whatever, but I can go for a couple of days. I'm grateful. Appreciate the little bit you let me do. You see what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly.
If you got more, you could give them. Bro, it's not finna hurt you, bro. Stop acting like it hurt you, but you penny pinching on the alms. Why? You sit up here and eat sandwiches every week. You go back there to the food pantry and get started. Let me one of them Gatorade. Let me get one of them. Ooh, let me get some more 111. You think them little cups free? That bread in, that little splash of wine we get, you think them little cups free? You think the wine free? But you hear every week eating it up, fruits and feast days and everything. But he said, when you got substance, give of it. But don't be envious, penny pinching. Read.
If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little.
Okay. Guess what? You might not have all that extra. I got 50. I can give you 5. Then give 5. But don't be envious and penny pinching and worried about it. Does that mean you don't believe that the Lord gonna do what he said he gonna do? You don't believe the Lord. You don't have no faith. You don't believe that God said he not gonna forsake you. You think your $50 is your God. That's the only thing that can save me is this $50. You're gonna lose. Read on.
For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity.
Read.
Because that alms do deliver from death, and suffer not to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High.
Y'all think that listen, bruh. The Lord give us the game plan, but a lot of times we don't take this serious. We don't look at it as that. We just look at the big picture. I keep the commandment. I wear fringes. I kept the Sabbath. But when these little evil thoughts get in our mind, we got to have the right tools to combat it. We got to be able to know how to get ourselves out of it so you don't have to go see Hope and Healing.
Message.
Right? Sisters, let me answer. Let me deal with this first. Tobit 2:11, real fast. Because I touched on it earlier, but y'all, sisters, y'all got to understand that the part that y'all play, especially when y'all have husbands, lords, whatever you call them at the house, he going to go through some stuff. Y'all that's not married yet, you going to find out he's going to go through stuff. He ain't going to always feel his best. His mind not going to always be right. You can't go down the dark path and be mad at him that he don't feel good. That's evil as heck. Just mean for no reason. How you doing that man like that? You see he already damn near depressed. And you gonna make it worse. But you know the light bill do. Bitch, I know. Damn. Is they on now? Is they on now? Well, then call me when they go off. How about that? I keep stressing me about no damn lights. I know. I'm sorry. Tobit chapter 2, verse 11.
Tobit chapter 2, verse 11.
I just wanted y'all to feel it. My wife ain't did me like that. I was just saying, you know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all wife did y'all like that. I just didn't want y'all to feel like y'all was alone. Read.
Tobit chapter 2, verse 11. And my wife Anna did take women's works to do. And when she had sent them home to the owners, they paid her wages.
So guess what? When the man went down, his wife stepped in for him. Bro, if you can't step in for your Lord to add a little extra, shout, choice words. You ain't right. You out the spirit. Appreciate you. Yeah, you out the spirit. If you know what I'm saying, cause get what? Y'all sisters could get y'all way faster than the man can. They sit right there. They be like, oh yeah, you go be a cashier at TJ Maxx with the quickness. Put you right on. Work from home, put you right on. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, folks, I work for Delta, get free flights and everything. Do some woman's work, help out. Babysit a kid. You already got 4 over there. What you tell somebody? You need somebody to watch that little boy for you. You seen he was asking for slushy last week. He can come stay over here with us. Read.
And gave her also besides a kid.
Verse 14.
Verse 14. But she replied upon me, it was given for a gift more than the wages. Howbeit, I did not believe her, but bade her render it to the owners. And I was abashed at her.
So he was mad with his wife, thought she was lying. But what did she say?
But she replied upon me, where are thine alms and thy righteous deeds? Behold, thou and all thy works are known.
Man, sister, you speaking life into that brother. You fattening bones when you could remind him of the good that he been doing. Reminding him of the work that he put in for the Lord. helping them out a little bit. You doing good. 1 Peter chapter 3. That's what he gonna need from you. He don't need you reminding him about them bills. That man know them bills coming. He know that baby shoe raggedy and leaning and the front part flapping a little bit. But that one little, he can get the shoe from the other one. I got to get the big one some shoes first. Let me prioritize. And then she want to tell me what she want. I want to go somewhere. If you don't go your ass out my face, I know about that. How about that? Go there. Go out my face. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
Come on.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word.
If he get out the spirit, he done forgot that the Lord sat him down and brought adversity upon him for a reason. Read on.
They also may, without the word, be won by the conversation of the wise.
You could be like Tobit's wife. Reminding her, you a good Lord. You know what I'm saying? You done held us down for a long time. Stuff might come up, my Lord. I got you. One of the sisters said she needed some help with the costing. I'm going to do that for a little while till we get everything. He said, you know what? Yeah. I wash the dishes. You do that. Yeah, I got you. Because we a team, sister. Yeah. You may be won over with the conversation of the wife, but if you the same problem, more of the problem, man, that man might go into a damn Ninja Turtle shell or something. Just, you know what I'm saying? He just clamor. He don't know what to do. He got problems. Now you got problems. You bringing your problems on top of his problem. He trying to work through your problem because he don't want you to be sad. He don't want the kids to be there. And then he just going through it. You help him out, man. Fatten his bones. Take some of them words off. Let his heart dwell safely with you. Y'all say y'all want to be Proverbs 31s. Do that. But start by being a 1 Peter 3 and 1. Let your conversation be sweet conversation and help build him up when he ain't feeling right or when he down. So Rock chapter 25, 22. We almost done. I got to get out of here deep from the air. We finna have a class. Come on, let's roll.
So Rock chapter 25, verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach.
Now, see, there what I had told my wife. I said, I know how y'all get. She was like, you ain't been not working but about a week. I was like, yeah, but I know how y'all get. As soon as a nigga ain't got no money, now he ain't. But why? I had that, what that thing was called? The identity foreclosure. Yeah, you got identity foreclosure. You think soon as you ain't brought no money in, the whole house going to this, and she looking at you like a broke ass nigga. But she, guess what? Sisters, don't do him like that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be that reminder to him. Don't be that reminder that things is bad. Like I said, he already know. Haggai 1 and 5. We almost there. So upon giving, the solution is give alms. Take care of your brothers and sisters. Don't forsake yourself around being around the brethren in the body. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? If anything, get closer. Get closer to the body. Get closer to the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That maybe they spirit. Pray to the Lord. Ask him to help you. Right? Haggai 1 and 5.
Haggai chapter 1, verse 5. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
Right. He said, so think about it. You doing all this working, but you ain't got nothing. Or everything done went your way. It seemed like it going downhill now, Reed.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
Right. That's where this alms solves this problem. You take care of the house of the Lord, and you solve that problem of your bag having holes in it. You solve that problem of your mind being taken over by heaviness. Take care of the Lord stuff. Read. Is that verse 7?
Yes, sir. That's verse 6.
Verse 6? Let's go. I wasn't looking at it.
Verse 7. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
Yeah, you got to remember, consider and think about how you living. Think about what your mind be like when stuff ain't going your way. Consider your ways. Matthew chapter 6, verse 6.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 6. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, Pray to thy Father which is in secret.
Uh-huh. He said, so guess what? Don't neglect the prayer part. Y'all put the reminders in. You might not get 3 of them in. You better get 1 or 2 though. I'll tell you that. You might not be diligent enough right now to get all 3. I ain't gonna tell everybody say, oh, I get 3 every day. Stop lying. You're a liar. Cap me down. Don't cap me down. You ain't gotta lie to me. Don't tell me no whole bunch of, what they say, you ain't gotta talk me to death. But get it in. Make sure you go before the Lord in secret. And go away. If your wife, take your wife with you. Come on. You asking for something. You've been a little better than me this month. You might hear you. Read.
And thy Father, which seeth in secret, shall reward thee openly.
Uh-huh.
But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions.
Right. So don't just be sitting there saying the same thing. Oh, Heavenly Father, oh, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, oh, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father. Don't do that. Read.
As the heathen do.
Uh-huh.
For they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking.
Uh-huh.
Be not ye therefore like unto them.
Uh-huh.
For your Father knoweth what things ye have need of. Before you ask him.
Before you ask it, he know what you're going through. So be real about it. Lord, I'm trying to, my mind is bad about not having the money the way I used to, and I don't want to fall into this. He know what, you ain't got to go in there. And God, heal all the Israelites. Near far. No, my mind going bad, Jesus. I need some help making sure my mind, I don't fall into despair. Help the other Israelites. I'm praying for my brother, but this I need. I need this thing because it's weighing down on my spirit and I don't want to fall away. I don't want to forsake you. I don't want to neglect my family. You ain't got to be all, Tell the Lord what you really asking for. He know what you need, so ask for what you asking for. Stop trying to make it sound like some grandiose thing. No, tell him what you need. Last script, 32, 33.
Verse 33.
Start at 32.
Verse 32. For after all these things do the Gentiles seek.
Uh-huh.
For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things.
Uh-huh. He said, I know you need some money. I know you need some peace. I know you need your wife on your team. I know you want to get on. I know it's hard for you right now, but I see you. I see you. You came to me, you pray, you give some arms. I roll with you, my boy. It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. Remember, when the prosperity comes, you're going to forget this adversity. Read on.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. And all these things shall be added unto you.
So seek ye first the kingdom of God. Do what he said to do and perform your acceptable faithfulness. This has been Where's Your Treasure? And with that, we say shalom.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.